11 o'clock at night. I think I told you it wasn't going to be like that crazy of a night, but it turned into like a normal night for us. Last couple days here have been a little crazy. We get new loader running, drive it around for a day, then we blew a brake line, and then we learned a lot over that brake line, didn't we? Yeah. And when the brake line blew Friday night, I actually didn't even film any of it. I took a quick picture to send mechanic guy just so he could laugh at us, because why not? But like that night, that 950 died. Other 950 was when she choked out to the fuel filter. It's also the night I had combine running, and then I literally was talking to my dad in the shop, and the combine shut off outside, which is not a good thing at all. What we found out is it wasn't charging, and then just the batteries wore down, and she just literally I'm walking towards it and just shut off. It reminded me of the day I drove away from the generator and I heard that shut off, and then we found out how horribly plugged our fuel tanks were. I didn't know this was really possible. I've seen it on air filters, but I've never seen it in real life. Just watch our fuel filter here. It's doing its job.
Wow.
The pump's not happy.
Yeah, really restricting the pump.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, back to good as new now.
Yeah.
Except it's like black, but oh yeah, doesn't last long.
That shouldn't be fun, but it kind of is. And we had the filter that just
isn't so.
79.99, 71,000. Friday night, we were also fighting welder issues.
See, we're only half speed right now.
We had wire that wasn't the right wire, and parts guy that didn't look up the right part number for us, and so like that turned into a debacle, but we kind of made the most of it. We've been having an issue with one of the welders in the shop, and it doesn't want to fade this hard-facing wire that we use to weld up spreader paddles, and it's a brand new roll. We literally bought it last week, and we probably got, I don't even want to think about it, we probably got about 10 hours trying to figure out everything, all these different things that we tried to do to fix it, and then ultimately we think we just had a bad roll of wire. So our brake line was rubber, but when we were at CAT on Saturday looking at the parts schematics, everything we were seeing showed it was a steel line. Yeah. So we didn't think we had the right line. Today we've kind of been all over the metro. I ran to the northwest corner of the metro, go to a different welding supply store. This is a company's main warehouse, and they kind of have more knowledgeable people, because we were having issues with our one welder. And so we got a different roll of wire to try, and we actually got different rollers for it, and just different parts that should help everything feed out better. Because even last night we were trying to do some welding. We got it to feed through the liner. We got the wire to feed through the liner well, but we're still just having some issues. So I think we got that problem sorted out. Then, if you remember, we blew a line on 950. There's a puddle of brake fluid underneath it that shouldn't be there. And so I'm just at our local CAT dealership and trying to get that part ordered, or that line ordered. And unfortunately, we weren't able to track down the right line, and the parts break down. And so I'm leaving here empty-handed, but I'll be back on Monday. But I'm still just relieved, like now we know which line it is, and we should be able to track it down, get the old one off, and have them build one. But it's just been that Saturday, run around and do a whole bunch of stuff. And then talking to mechanic guy, he was telling us, he's like, yeah, the steel line probably rotted out. They replaced it with a rubber line. So that's what we did. Again. No name?
Yeah, it is 11 o'clock. Anywho.
Adam's girlfriend's calling him. I'm laughing right now because girlfriend's not leaving him alone. I don't blame him. Are you going to see her tonight, or is she just calling to say goodnight?
No.
Okay. You don't have like a set schedule. Adam's in a 2-year relationship, and I've never hit that mark, so that's why he's teaching me, what to expect when you get to that like 2-year mark. Tuesday was the day I come cruising home in Dorado, and I see the one thing that will make us cringe: the trail of oil going down the driveway to the skid loader. Yeah. Oh, I know, right? The one thing that'll stop a farmer in its tracks. Either you recognize a set of tire tracks that you don't want in your yard, or in my case, you see the trail of oil going down the driveway, leading right up to this machine here, this skid loader, and yes, that is the key sign that something needs to get fixed. It's just a trail. So when you have a gravel driveway, that's the thing you notice. You notice tread patterns. But yeah, no, we got oil line ordered for that. So yeah, just a lot of things going in the right direction. But no, the last couple days have been really good. We've been banging out a whole bunch of stuff. Tonight was funny because we got some spreading to do, and with this new loader, we wanted to purposely kind of put some hours on and use it. And so tonight we were wrapping up some wiring, getting on the some of the headlights working. But it was a really cool feeling seeing you drive out of the yard with that, knowing that the brakes are finally working the way they should. Yep. Sunday we got brake line in it, and Adam was welding up paddles, and so the loader was running good. And then tonight, watching you drive up the driveway, that was just pretty cool. And then actually we got to the farm about 15, 16, 17 miles away, and just seeing that everything ran great, just nice feeling. So it's just been a busy, hectic week, but it's kind of funny because like it's always this way. Like I always tell people, like once we actually like get in the field, it's always easier. Sometimes just like the lead up, like 2-3 weeks before we actually get in the field, get spreading and get combining, sometimes that's like more crazy and chaotic and hectic. Other cool thing that happened today, the truck that me and you pulled to the service truck that me and you pulled to the repair shop with the bad motor, we got that back today. So me and Adam, I'll explain what those random wires. Okay, so these random wires right here, these are these 4 go through the firewall in the factory 4 harness. I've worked on a few super duties. Yeah.
When you have the upfitter switches like that truck.
Yep.
So I know they have. So.
Yeah. So a lot of times what I do is I'll use this to trigger the relay and put the relay down here. Yeah. So me and Adam were just commenting on it. We both wanted to see the engine, and then when we pop the hood, it's actually disappointing because it looks like a dirty old motor.
Like
you have
the same one.
Yep, it looks exactly the way it was before, which is what we were expecting, but we were just hoping to see some new shiny parts. And if you come down along the side here, you can see the shiny block. So it makes us feel a little better, but it just doesn't, like, when you open the hood, there's no, like, graviance of, yeah, like I'm brand new. Like, they paid a lot of money for me. Well, a lot of money in our world.
Yeah, I expect to see, like, what the Mustang looks like when you open the hood. It's shiny. Because everything's, like, shiny.
Yeah.
This is like, it's all black, and it's just old looking.
The Mustang,
but the timing cover looks good.
The Mustang looked horrible too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of hours. There's a lot of hours and pride in that engine compartment. Yeah. We're gonna talk about that video someday. Like we haven't put that video together yet. But just kind of cool though, knowing hey, another thing done for fall. Yep. Nice seeing it back in the yard though, ain't it?
Yeah. Truck with the hitch.
Yeah, tow bar. Yep. A lot of things that were on the to-do list are getting crossed off.